Welcome to the Trade Consistent channel. I'm Saeed. My goal is to educate you from my trading experience as well as to motivate you. Looking at the screen, the Dow Jones ETF. So what happened today? Well, this was last week and this is today. Now, why am I looking at the weekly chart and not the daily? Well, given the way how the market has been trading, it's impossible to take a trade from the daily until we understand where the trend is. And what I mean by trend, this is a trend. This is a trend. This is a trend. In fact, this is a trend. This, we don't know. Uncertainty. And why wouldn't we want to trade this? Because there is no trend. There is no high probability in this. Now, looking at the big picture, this is 2009 and 2008 bubble that we had. This is no different. However, this wiped out literally 2 years worth of uptrend. In other words, 2 years bull market. And why would we want to buy? Why? There is no point, because we don't want to lose money. We certainly don't want to day trade. We need some kind of trend. And if I look at, this is Dow Jones. How about the S&P monthly? Same thing. It's the same thing. This was a trend. However, this is a downtrend. Yes, it's forming a downtrend. But if you recall, past few weeks, in fact, last week, we've had negative 2,000 points down, positive 2,000 points up. And that's extremely volatile. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth taking a trade. So how do we play this? I'm looking at a few things. Being an active trader, we want to understand how to play this the right way. Well, there is one thing we can do. We can buy something. This is the VXX, which is the volatility index. It tracks. This is an inverse correlation where anytime the SPY, IWM, in other words, the index of the market, goes up, VIX comes down. But given how we've been trading, we went from $13 to $54 in literally 1, 2, 3, almost a month. Now let's take a look at the monthly. Now, this is something very interesting. Even though I wouldn't trade this just by itself, I would use this more of an insurance. This is a nice trend that's forming. But again, this comes down twice as fast as soon as the market turns. So we would use this as insurance. Some of the things that I'm looking at, I like how gold is trading, and in few I'll walk you through my thought process and trading view, what I'm looking at and how I plan to take this trade. So this is a zone that's been pretty strong. In fact, it traded for more than a month, or close to a month, and then before that this was a resistance. This became support, Price came all the way from 160, and it's most likely going to test the support. Does this mean that we will take a trade? No. Can we plan out a trade? Yes. Let's look at the monthly. We can see here that we've consolidated a couple of times, about close to 5 months. We tried to broke out, but 160 became somewhat of a resistance, and we can see that right around here. Why did 160 become a resistance? Because whole numbers in stocks are psychological numbers. Okay, 160, 150, or even half numbers, 45, but usually whole numbers tend to be much more stronger. We're going to be watching this closely. Now let's go to the charts. Let's see what I'm looking at. Now, I don't like to use moving averages right away. I use that more of a guidance, just to tell me where we are. We can see that we are below the 200-day. It doesn't mean that we traded below that or closed below that. I have a feeling that we might be retesting the possibly 135 in this case. To make it more easier, let's put 135. Let's keep a whole number. The 140 zone. This level, there is no right way of drawing this, but the goal is if it trades or closes above 145, chances are we will see this rise up to possibly 150. I think that's a nice risk reward if it were to close above that. But until then, we won't be doing anything. And the way that we might trade this is we'll buy gold, and then if we buy this, maybe we will short this. Just as an insurance, so just in case gold comes down, VIX might go up. But on the contrary, usually when market comes down, gold and VIX tend to go up. So we will certainly use VIX as an insurance, whether it's up or down. Some of the things that I'm looking at, again, I don't plan to place any trades anytime soon, only because just the way the market's trading. But I do see a few, in fact, this is a stock that I'm looking at. It's a healthcare, not sure what they do, but it's certainly trading above the 200-day. And if we look at how it's been trading, I would be interested if it retest possibly at this level, 35 level. I would wait until tomorrow or maybe middle of the week to see how it trades. But it surely has a clear indication that today it went as low as 37 and it ended up closing above 39. So there is certainly some interest in this stock. And we can see that past month, even a month before that, there's been a nice build-up. Came down, was bought up. Take out the line. And then a few other stocks that I have on the list. Again, have no intentions of placing any trade until I get confirmation. Biogen, can't say it's strong, but certainly it's holding the 200-day well. DaVita, also in the healthcare space. This is an energy stock. Actually, no, it's a semiconductor stock. You can probably tell that I have zero interest in fundamentals. In fact, I can't even pronounce most of these company names just because I don't look at what these companies do. I'm more interested on their price, how it's behaving, how on the weekly as well as the monthly, how it's been holding up. So we will certainly watch GLD and QGEN. And then let's see if we can place a trade this week. Until then, we will just watch. And the topic for today was, is every day a trading day? As you can probably see, no. If you don't have high probability setup, then you don't take a trade. There is no point of losing hard-earned money. There's always a different day in the market to trade, but until then, you just have to wait. And when you see a setup, you don't have to second guess it. You already know there's a setup. That's it for now. Be sure you subscribe and like our videos. There's more to come this way. Thank you.